So, the other day, oh, what's up, people? The slots of the $1,000, $2,000 people have filled up pretty quickly. The course now is $5,000, and next week it'll be $10,000, and the week after that it's going to be $20,000, and inevitably by probably May, I'm going to be charging $50,000 for the year to hang out with me. Because after today, I mean, I guess I have some sort of mysterious crystal ball that I'm sort of starting to figure out how to use. Oh, I know how to use it. Right, when the market's actually going down and near the lows of the day, you just assume that we've got 40 minutes left to go in the day. We'll probably be at the highs of the day because the bull market started on February 5th. And I think, again, I don't know if I made a video or didn't do a video, what the last video was, or what I was saying about in the video. More importantly, if you're not following me on StockTwits, I think my post was, if you're thinking about shorting the market, why not just send me your money, I'll kick you in the nuts, and we'll call it even. All I was waiting for was the QQQ to get back above 103.65 and then sustain a pullback and not break back under that. And now what has it been, 20 days since we've had a down day? And we're probably not going to have a down day. Oh, get this, hear this. This is the one this is the quote that you're going to hold me to. We're not going to have even one down day ever again. Imagine I said that. And here's the funny thing about, if I was to say we're never going to go down ever again, not even one single day, we can go up 78 days in a row. The Dow will be at 20,000 and the QQQ will be at 154. And then we'll go down one day and somebody will say, you got it wrong. Idiot. Listen, the government owns the stock market. Are we all convinced about that? It's not about Russia or Europe. It's not about interest rates. It's about whether or not the United States government has made enough money to pay the baby boomers and the people who have pensions and the people that need to get their money and then to retire. I'm not going to let the people that suffered, the pension plan holders and the Roth IRA guys and all the guys that were suffering and wondering if they had just wasted 20 years of their life by putting their money into the market. They suffered, they didn't sell in 2009, and now they're reaping the benefits. So now we have to get to what will be a real bubble. I mean, seriously, if we're talking this much about a bubble again, it's not a bubble. Bubbles only happen when nobody's expecting it and everyone's thinking this time is different and everyone's expecting that it's just going to continue. Right now, I still think we're going to continue in this bull market, but why would you call this a bubble? There are legitimate stocks of legitimate companies, whether or not you think any of this is legitimate. Again, it's not. It's all fake. That's why I have no real reason to think the Dow can't get to 36,000 in the next 4 years. Why couldn't it? Why couldn't it go? In the same idea, it could go easily back down to 8,000. But there's too many players involved. There's too much money at risk. And what I love about the stock market right now is that we've taken Alibaba and we shoved a fucking stick up its ass, put it up there and said, we don't need you. We don't need your shitty ass fake Gucci bags, and we don't need your stock being the biggest IPO in the United States history from a communist nation who we really shouldn't care about. So again, I hate Alibaba, I hate the stock, I hate everything about it. And the idea that Alibaba ruined the stock market in September was a great premise. Now the market realized, hey, we don't need Alibaba, all you need is Apple. So as long as Apple's a viable company and the iPhone 6 does not cause cancer and the watch, whether it works or doesn't work, doesn't matter. It's not about the watch. It's about Apple iPay, and it's about their new phone. The watch will be just some icing on the cake. They're not putting their entire company, ooh, if the iWatch doesn't work, that's the end of Apple. Please. Whether the iPad is selling or not selling, doesn't matter. You do realize the government owns the stock market right now. So you got to get, let's see, my dad, when did he retire? So let's do some math. We got a good 14, 17 years to go to get everybody out of the market at a reasonable price that had to suffer in 2009 so they could retire comfortably. then maybe my kids will be in jeopardy sometime, 15 years from now for another crash. The word crash eventually is going to be taken out of the vernacular of the stock market because this is not a real market. It's not real, people. There's an algorithm underneath, as I've explained this to I do these seminars every month, and people look at me like I'm nuts when I say there's an underlying bid that's government controlled, and every time the market pulls back, you could see it. Once out of, let's say, the 9 pullbacks that we have over the course of a year, do you actually see where, wow, there's really no bid? In October, during the Ebola scare, we had that moment where, like, holy cow, there's no bid. But then when the bid came back, look how quickly we rallied into new highs. And again, none of this means anything to anybody. But what I'm doing right now is I'm still long the QQQ, back on track to 143. I think this market rallies till January 20th of 2017. So you've got, what, just about 2 more years of this awesomeness. So where are we going to go? If we average it out over 2 years, where are the Qs going to be? If we get 10%, so that's another 11 points. So now we're talking 119. So let's say 50%, let's say 40% from here. You don't think the market can go up 40% from here in the next 2 years? Why not? It's all fake anyway.
Where's the money coming from?
That's the question, right? Everyone's like, but where is the money coming from? The economy's not so good. It's not about where the money's coming from. Don't you hear about the money that's on the sideline? It's still on the sideline. It's working its way in.
But I heard outflows of mutual funds increased last month.
Yeah, isn't that bizarre when you hear outflows have increased? That would make you think that the market would go down. But it doesn't. Proving my point that it's not real. It's not about where the money's coming from. It's about government intervention holding this market up, and it's going to do it in perpetuity. That's a big word for forever. Okay? So again, what did I do today? There's always something to short, and again, I will never buy stocks. Trading for me is only to short stocks. Only. What did I do today? We shorted LinkedIn and Facebook. And there was one more. Hold on a second. I don't remember. LinkedIn, Facebook, we missed the Twitter. I can't see my screen. I'm not going to reach back there. Maybe it was just LinkedIn and Facebook. Facebook was short. LinkedIn was short because they were both in the same industry and they both rolled over and went red. That's it. Those are the only trades I'll do. Breaking the VWAP, blah, 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 blah. Now, again, to my friend, I don't know if you, at 127, when you said Apple would be under $95, I bet you $1,000, maybe you'd want to save some money. I don't know if you're taking that bet right now, but now I'll say Apple doesn't go below 105, so I'll give you 10 more points. 105, Apple will not go below 105 in March expiration. And FEYE will not be below 33 by March expiration. And Baidu will not be under 195. And the Qs will not be. Again, while I'm making this video, this is Monday at 4:27 in the afternoon, none of these predictions mean a thing unless you're planning on staying long the QQQ. Now, if you are long the QQQ, which is really my only big position, I mean, Alcoa has been dead money for 6 months. U.S. Steel can suck balls. FEYE had a nice pullback today, still above where we're still up 10 points on the stock. Also, we made 75,000% on our money on EXCL. Hopefully you guys were still on that one. How about CLDX? We got the pop that we were waiting for. It got a little frightening there when it dipped back under 20. Thought we might have made a mistake by not selling it, but then it goes up 5 points. I mean, this market just needs patience and money, really. If you have patience and you have money, that's how you play this market. Now, if you look on the, at one point he was like, how is this market even up at this point? All you saw was red. Well, you got Apple controlling the world. So here's what I'm going to propose now. Again, the $1,000 mentorship program, over. You'll be lucky if I do it for $2,000 now. It's $5,000 right now. What you get is you get me sitting in the room 2 hours a day. Sorry, from 9 to 12, I'm going to be yours. I'm going to tell you everything I see. It's a learning experience from 9 o'clock in the morning. Screw that. I ain't waking up at 9 o'clock in the morning. 9:30. Nah, screw that. 10, you're getting 2 hours. 2 hours a day from 10 to 12 of thorough in-depthness. Between 9:30 and 10, it's more of me just rambling on about what I'm looking at on the scanners and all that stuff. So there's really no education that half hour other than the fact that I will be telling you what to do. So the whole premise of all of this is I'll be doing what I do for at least a couple hours a day. If you'd like to hang with me and my friends who've been doing this for 15, 20 years, 25 years, what's it worth to you? Now, if it's not worth anything to you, that's your prerogative. Awesome. If you think I'm just going to start dishing out stock picks and it's all you have to do, no, it's not that. You're going to get stock picks, but you're going to get an education also. Not only are you going to get stock picks and an education, but you're going to learn how to find these ideas for yourself. So then eventually I don't have to do anything. You'll take your education and you go on. You can teach somebody else what I taught you and make a couple of $1,000s off it. Listen, I'm telling you, man. Trading right now is, again, I said this video would come soon. Trading right now is virtually pointless. You want to sit there and go against the entire planet and short something? Good luck. You know, it worked with LinkedIn and Facebook today because those were specific setups. But you know what? It's becoming almost, I don't even want to take that chance. So, again, let's sum up the video before we go into that 20-minute realm. I believe, as I've always believed, well, I guess First Solar just came out with earnings. It's like the whole solar industry, what they just get an incentive from the government. Well, congratulations. We still own some FSLR from last week. Oh, what do you know? It's up 7 points. Oh, remember when they signed that deal with Apple? Did you think the stock was just going to go fading back? Come on. Apple just almost single-handedly legitimized the shittiest industry that people just don't want to believe how shitty it is. Has solar energy saved anybody any money? I know a dozen people that have had solar now for 2+ years, and it's made no significance whatsoever except peace of mind. So if you want to put 50 solar panels on your roof for peace of mind because you think you're doing a good job being green, you ain't doing dick. Somebody out there's like, oh, what are you talking about? I save $12 a month on my electric bill. Do ya? It's not worth it. Talk to my wife about putting solar panels on the house. No amount of money is worth having all that shit on your roof, according to her. Now, if I was president, any new home built in America would have solar panels already built in, so then it wouldn't have to be this whole going to a kiosk in a mall and learning about government subsidies. They come with the house. Everybody's house now has solar panels. And even a fucking windmill in your backyard. Why not? Why not throw a windmill up in your backyard? Everybody gets 2 windmills, you know, not the monster ones, but something. If everybody just did a little bit, then maybe we would be able to take some stress off the grid. Which, mind you, the infrastructure of America, roads, the electric grid, to name a couple of things, we're crumbling, all right, internally. So even though we got nat gas and solar power, you still got to get that to the people, which is the part that stinks. Anyway, what am I saying? What am I saying? You want to learn how to find ideas in the stock market. You want to learn how to deal with risk management and the stresses of the stock market. It's not just about finding ideas or reading charts. There's a lot more to it. And a big part of it is trying to get away from asking why. Who cares? Who cares why FSLR is up 6 points right now? It is. You think it's not worth it? I think the solar industry is a joke, but I still own FSLR. Why? Because Apple legitimized the company. They said they're going to give them $25 trillion over the next 50 years or whatever the hell the deal was. Boom! If Apple's doing it, then it's qualified. I don't care. I spoke to somebody talking about how FSLR is the shadiest company on earth. He's shorting the stock. I feel bad for you right now. You're down another 5 points. You're short from what, $36? Yeah, that was a great idea. Again, I admit that I know nothing except what I see during the day. And what I see during the day is a market that is on cruise control. Cruise control. And we've already said this time is different and all that stuff. We've heard all the stories and the bubble talk. When they stop talking about bubbles and they say this time is different, the market's never going down. When more people are saying we're never going down, that's when you get worried. All right? Because listen, to me, NASDAQ 5000 is just a launching pad. You think just because it took 14 years to get back up here. This is not a bubble. 14 years to get back to the spot. A bubble? A bubble? If it was at 7,500 in a year and a half, then I would start saying maybe we've gone too far too fast. When Amazon could rally 100 points on some bullshit number, where Tesla can report that they are never going to make money ever again, or maybe into 2025, and the stock just, has a little fart and then it goes right back up. Baidu. I mean, why? Why would you want to short this market now, like right at this second, thinking today was the day? Today is going to mark a significant top. Why don't you just wait for a LinkedIn move or a Priceline move or a Facebook move where they open up strong, the sellers come in, the stock gets hit. Then you know there's some real sellers out there. That's the only way to tell. You think I know what the market's going to do tomorrow? I will take a percentage, a calculated risk that it'll be up tomorrow based on the trend. I don't know what's going to happen. No idea. But unless the QQQ breaks 108.11, so here I'm going to give you the trade. I sold 3 shares today, 108.14. I had a stop on for 3 shares just to see what happens. We went down a whopping 4 more cents. We tried to roll over again, and then we rallied to the close. So again, tomorrow maybe I'll sell 7 shares. 108.11 is my stop on 7 shares. And underneath there, I got stops at 107.95, 107.65, 107.50 on some more lots. Other than that, I really don't see this market going down. So if it's worth 1,000 or 2,000 or 5,000 or 20,000 or 50,000 or $1 million, let me help you. Let me help you. I could change your life. That's right. I do marriage counseling also. So if you're wondering if you're having a rough time in your life, I also what else do I do now? Now that I have so much free time that the bull market's back, I'm starting a needlework course. I'm building I'm decorating an Obama quilt. I'm taking all the fancy headlines that Obama's had over the last 6 or 7 years, and I'm making a quilt and I'm going to send it to him. I'm starting a quilt class. I'm joining I'm joining all kinds of classes at the Y. I'm going to learn how to do pottery, and I'm also in a cycling class, but I'm not yet ready to keep up with these women because I was a smoker for so long and I just can't do it. So I might have to drop out of the cycling class, or the spin class they call it. Sorry. And I think my computer's twitching out, so I'm going to go. Remember, it's $100,000 now. Sorry. It's $100,000. Starting May 1st, it's $100,000 to join me. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Before I go, put it this way. So, again, in May, I'm sorry, May the prices go up to 50,000 for the year. But after what's going to happen over the summer, I'm going to raise rates probably. So let's say Labor Day, was it Memorial Day to Labor Day? It'll be 50 grand there. But after Labor Day, raising the rates to $100,000. So again, get in now for 2, 3, 4, or 5. Because when the rates go up to $100,000 for the year, you'll think you'll be getting the greatest discount ever.
What am I gonna get? What do I get for $3,000?
Well, how's 2.5 hours of in-depth conversations with a guy like me, or me personally, or someone like me, that can really just hold your hand, show you the ropes, how to be careful, risk management, money management, pain tolerance, emotional tolerance. Come on, I've lost my mind already. Nothing can affect me. Now I can teach you how to get to that point without actually having to lose your mind. All right? Trust me. My soul has been destroyed. I have no ego now. I am a complete fucking failure. I'm a loser. Right? I've gone through it all. I'm still alive. I'm glad about that. And I'm certainly not short in the market. Jeez. I mean, how many guys out there were probably short today thinking that was it?
This market's definitely going down. I told you.
Did you?